And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut. It's Chris Burns. It's Chris Lynch. This is Dysfunction Junction.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that always ends. We are the award-winning podcast that has not won a damn award ever in the history of ever. Welcome to Dysfunction Junction.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
As you can see, my name is Chris Burns. Across the room and in the studio with me tonight
is Senior Liechtenstein.
And, of course, from the home office in Poop Hole, Colorado, it is Michael P.S. Big Herm Herman.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
Everybody good?
Everybody's good?
Good.
I'm good. I had a shit day at work, but...
Well, yeah, that happens. I was having a great day until I stopped at a local convenience store. When you stop in to get your favorite peach tea, read the label when you pull it out, because I did not ask for a subtly sweet, sugar-free peach tea. This tastes like somebody urinated peaches into a bottle. Oh no, it doesn't sound nice. This is how far I've gotten since 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Wow, that's not good.
But if I open this son of a bitch in 15 minutes, this will be gone before the broadcast is over.
Right. I was just going to say that's 3 gulps and you're done.
Pretty much,
I used to shoot those in the walk-in at Noble.
Oh, yeah. And they're good stuff, and it's good and healthy for you. So if I'm going to try to cut down on the soda consumption, this is the way to do it.
Yeah, yes. Boy.
Oh, so anybody got any quick hits?
I kind of have an asshole of the day, but that's your thing.
Do you have what you want to save it for next week?
You can hit an asshole real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, you could. Actually, I'm going to make this just I'm not going to categorize it.
Okay.
Right. I'm doing my job today up in Vernon, Rockville area. And
that's something new.
I'm doing my job or being in Vernon?
Doing your job. Same.
I was doing it pretty well, too. This afternoon at about 2 o'clock, he's the person I'm watching, his neighbor, comes out, gets in his car, and parks me in like a cop, like pins me in because I'm on the opposite side of the street, and he's got his front bumper here, like kind of catty corner. So I'm like, what's this motherfucker thinking about? So I had my window rolled down just a little bit, and you know those little cigars, the cigarillos.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of chewing, sometimes I'll puff on one of them. I had just put it out the window. So he knocks on the window. I said, "Can I help you?" He said, "Oh, can you roll your window down so I can see you?" I said, "Are you a law enforcement?" He said, "No." I said, "You're all set." Yeah, I saw you sitting here earlier. What you got business here? I do. And I just stared at him. What kind of business?
Oh,
none of your fucking business.
I said nothing that involves you.
Your only legal concern is, am I here on business or am I here fucking around? There's no need for you to know what my business is.
So I picked up my phone, went to my contacts, and pulled up Vernon PD. I said, I called him when I got here. Would you like me to call back? And he just kind of sat there. I want to see your face. You don't get that luxury. I said, move along. I've done my part.
Pretty much.
So as he's pulling away, he says, pick up that cigar butt, you fucking piece of shit.
What is wrong with people?
Okay.
I will. No problem.
So he drove to the end of his road, and he sat there for minutes. And because I could see him in my...
So he was watching the watcher.
I open the car, pick up the butt, and I put it in a Mountain Dew bottle. Now, this Mountain Dew bottle has probably 10 or 15 of those butts. He saw me get back in my car. A minute later, he leaves. So it's 4:45, almost time for me to go. He's not home. Well, he's going to have a nice little present on his doorstep.
My man.
Oh, that's funny.
So fuck you, asshole.
Not taking shit from anybody. I like that.
No, fuck you.
Very nice. Very nice.
And another thing, I get it. If you're in a neighborhood and they have like a little neighborhood watch gimmick going on, or there's always a looky-loo somewhere, what are you doing here? It's none of your fucking concern. If you don't feed me, fuck
Right.
me, or finance me, walk away and walk away slowly.
Well, I usually treat them really, the public, with great respect. It's just the way he started the conversation. It guided me down the asshole path. So
See,
gonna
I'm
be
the
an asshole.
opposite. I will treat my clients with the utmost respect. The general public can suck it.
Yeah.
Because I've had it up to my eyes with the general public. But it sounds like you handled yourself pretty well.
Yeah.
You didn't kill anybody.
Nope.
And you're
Nope.
really not that ugly.
Jury's out on that.
2 out of 3 ain't bad, kid. So I got a little bit of a quick hit.
If I only had a big cock.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus
1.5 out of
Christ.
3 ain't bad. So I got a little bit of a quick hit. Lynch and I were talking about this, and we kind of touched on it in the group chat earlier. Guys, we're going to be sharing more of those group chats as we go along because the shit we say is just ridiculously stupid.
Pretty funny.
I'm usually a pretty good dude about taking musical suggestions. I'm usually good about giving them too. Really?
Sorry.
You got preoccupied.
So I kind of slept on one recommendation for about 1.5 years, 2 years now, and I'm sorry I did. I am firmly falling deeply into heterosexual man love and enjoying the band Ghost more than I think I should. Now, if you've never heard Ghost, I get it. Their image is kind of King Diamond meets the Pope type thing. And the vocalist sounds like he could have sang for the Pet Shop Boys in the 80s. That, that Nordic, whiny, nasally, but it's really good. And
Derek would love that.
I already told him about it. We're going to be playing it Friday during Sweet Baby Hangout. Except I think I said Pet Shop Boys / Depeche Mode.
Did he
just
get
to get
offended? I'm probably
No,
sure
he
he got offended.
He got a little more interested when I said that. So you got to know your audience. And I wish somebody had told me what the band was like, because I know my audience. I was telling when I was told Derek about the band, I'm like, think of the singer of Depeche Mode or Pet Shop Boys playing with like Def Leppard when they had all their arms and they had a rock edge. And because everything after that was shiny, syrupy, glossy, rock pop, glam metal bullshit. But I did get to watch a couple of their videos today. First of all, what is with the gas masks? Lynch, you've seen this band on television before. You've heard them. What's with the fucking gas masks?
Why is there no viewers? Why is nobody commenting?
Because we're working on it. Give it a minute. I want to know why I can't hear Lynch. I want to know why I can't hear Lynch. I mean, I can hear you sitting right there.
There you go.
Ta-da!
I was going to
Am
say
I the only one who hasn't muted myself today? You know what? I want to feel like I'm a part of the club. Hold on.
I can do that from here. Watch. Oh, you just did. Yeah, I can unmute you though.
I wanted to be part of the club.
Oh, okay. There you go. You are the
So-
club now.
So anyway, the gas masks. I have no idea.
Okay.
But if you notice, the crowd in the live shows all have the face paint like the lead singer.
If not, they have like nun outfits or they're gothed up to the max.
Yeah.
And first of all, fuck Adam Levine, because in one of those live videos, I saw more hot chicks at that concert.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing like a dude. Goth chicks,
Yeah.
hot goth chicks, not just your average.
Not your-
Easy for me to say. Average, everyday, run of the mill.
Some particular goth chicks.
Correct. Just because you wear all black and paint your face like the devil doesn't make you
No.
completely a hot goth chick.
It's got to be a halfway decent package that goes to the goth direction. It can't just
Exactly.
be like just
Bang bang.
Because I really
Let me
don't care
see.
what your aesthetic is. Just you can't be a slob, and that has nothing to do with your size or your thickness or your weight. Just
It's a presentation thing.
Exactly. It's how the plate's presented. It's not the amount of food on it.
He went the chef route on that one. Good job. Oh my Lord. Here's to real, honest to goodness, full of sugar sweet tea.
Heard.
Yeah.
You, sir, may fuck off. Goddamn.
That's the one you're not drinking.
It's the one I already drank.
You know, I wish I would have listened to Lynch. He said I thought we were doing this from our own separate hovels. I could have had a beer or 5.
Right? You could have stayed in the Shire and had a beer.
Mm-hmm.
Then you came to the palace.
The palatial sleeping quarters would have had the cooler, a little bit of ice, and 5 gimmicks in it. One for each person I'm going to piss off today.
That's
but yeah,
right.
if you get a chance, check out, what is it? Call Me Little Sunshine. That was a good one. Lynch turned me on to Mary on a Cross. And the other one, I can't remember the name.
Probably.
The one with the C. You said try this one too. Circle of Life. What the fuck?
Yeah, something like that.
JC, yeah, Heard by JC and the boys.
Yes. Dude, if you shake that camera anymore, people are going to think you're squeezing the cheese over there.
It's an earthquake. It's an earthquake.
Somehow I'm safe.
Yep.
That's all that matters. So somebody asked me a real great question this week leading up to this topic, and it had to do with black coaches in the NFL. And the more I thought about it, I thought about all sports, but the NFL in particular. And I'm going to put the question out to you guys first. Do you think there's a racial disparity, like there's actual ongoing racism in the hiring process of the NFL?
I don't know as if I think it's a problem organization wide. I don't think it's the organization's mantra. I mean, let's be honest. You can't. It's entirely possible there are some people who believe in racial inequalities and all of that within the system, but you can only have so many chiefs. There's only like 18 head chiefs positions, and then there's a couple of assistant chiefs and assistant coordinator chiefs, and that's it. There's so many positions at the top.
There's 32 active.
All right, I
head
could go the
coaching jobs.
same route and say that there is a racial disparity in the amount of white players, and they're not treated as well because they don't always perform as well as the black athletes do. And that's not for any particular reason. I'm just stating facts.
Yeah, I mean,
so you could make a point for any view that you want, but to be honest, there's only so many fucking chiefs allowed.
well,
somebody's got to wash dishes, bro. We can't all be the head chef.
Yeah, we can't all be the
wash
superstar.
dishes and sweep the fucking floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all can't be the superstar, and you also got to take into consideration is talent. Your color has nothing to do with your talent. And as far as coaching goes, a big part of that, and this is in any sport at any level, the players may not love the coach, but they have to respect the man.
Dude, talent doesn't correspond to the ability to coach.
Correct, because
and the ability to coach doesn't correspond to talent.
Right, because those who can't teach, the people who can't do something teach something. And
I
equate a lot of sports to that.
Are you gonna die?
I might.
Please don't die.
I got the pedals on.
This Colorado weed is some serious shit.
Nice. You got the cotton candy kush, didn't you?
Just saying. I don't know. It's live resin. It's rough. It's strong. I don't like those that can't do teach because in my field, what I do with food, when you can't do if those who can't do teach, for me is the last step. That's when you can't perform anymore and you can't bang out 75 plates an hour for 4 hours straight and do it perfect, that's when you teach. So I don't like that saying for that reason, only because of the way it applies to my field. In my field, when you can't do it, you're washed up, so you teach.
Well, and it
Now-
only applies
now
to
in
certain,
other
it only applies to
fields-
certain fields.
Right. In other fields, it comes down to like there's different skills required for playing and different skills required for coaching.
Well, and that leads me to my point about respect. The players don't have to fall in love with the coach. They have to respect the way he's coaching the team.
Well,
And that level
they have to
may come.
respect. They have to respect the position, and they're supposed to. However,
Correct.
we all know that the real respect in that relationship doesn't come until the players are actually confident that the coach knows what the fuck he's doing, and and that comes from. Like I said in the chat the other day, being a player requires you to focus on extremely tight, pigeonholed. Where'd Lynch go?
I don't know. He's gone. He's right
gone.
there, though.
He's right there. He's
You got
right
no
over-
screen, bro. Okay,
he's
let me
gone.
break it down while he's getting his screen back. There's a reason why John Elway owns a team, but the guy who carried that clipboard for 10 years, Gary Kubiak, is one of the most respected coaches in the NFL.
Right now,
because he got
Kubiak
to
was
see the game.
Kubiak was an amazing backup quarterback.
Mhm.
However, he got to watch most of the games and got a level of insider knowledge from a sideline, seeing like I said the other day, it's being able to see a much broader scope.
Absolutely.
It's being able
There's
to see everybody's position in their slot doing their job.
and this can go to any sport you want to talk about. In baseball, Don Mattingly is not a very good head coach,
No, he's an amazing player.
but Joe Girardi
right,
was a pretty good manager.
right.
Joe
And Joe
Torre-
Girardi was a mediocre to average player.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But again, he didn't play as much of the game. He watched a lot of the game from a player's point of view.
And if you're on the bench and you're around the coach and the coaching staff, you get to learn why they make the calls that they do.
Hold on, Lynch. I'm
And-
bringing it back in, baby.
Yep. There we
You
are.
get to learn why they make the calls that they do rather than, and I'll go back to John Elway. Gary Kubiak gets to learn why you're calling a certain formation. John is out there to execute it and win championships and never have to pay for a meal in Denver, Colorado ever again.
Ever again in the history of ever. But yeah,
Right.
like John was well, let's be honest. John called his own plays
Mostly, yes.
for the most part. So John would have been a decent coach, I think, offensively. I don't think he would have been an amazing head coach. I think John would have been a good offensive coordinator. But John's real thing was the business side.
Right.
Even while he was playing ball, he was in Denver. He had half a dozen car dealerships that were in businesses that were making way more a year than he was making in the NFL.
Yeah.
He was
Which is
always
sad to say.
John was a consummate businessman who played ball.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's why
You know-
he's front office now, and Kubiak is more in a coaching role, more in an operations role on the field. You know what I mean? And it's not to disrespect anybody for their position. It's just literally how it shakes out with what people are good at and enjoy.
Yep. And one of my friends that I asked this question to this weekend, the one and only Skip Perry, the funniest and loudest black man you'll ever meet. Love you, Skip, wherever you are. Just downloaded the show for him onto his phone, so he'll get to hear this later in the week. We agree that, you get a guy like Shaquille O'Neal or Charles Barkley or Michael Irvin or Tony Gonzalez, who are fantastic analysts. They're going to take this 30 seconds of film and break it down for you. Doesn't necessarily translate to holding that clipboard and calling these plays in and handling, let's be honest, major league talent and major league ego.
Right.
And some of the examples, Mike Tomlin wasn't that great a football player, fantastic head coach. Same for
Amazing
Lovie
head
Smith,
coach.
Tony
Right.
Dungy. Herm Edwards. Right, so you can go down the list. Eric Bieniemy, right about now,
Again,
who almost
I-
tore Mahomes' head off this weekend.
I say his
I
name.
saw that.
I say his name every time we bring up a coach that was a player. Dan fucking Reeves, man.
Yeah.
But
You know what I
he's
mean?
one in a he's one in a million. He was a great
Average-
player.
average-
Average.
You know, I consider Dan Reeves an average. He had an average
For his day, though?
For his day, he had a better than average career, but against talent of all time, he was average. Back in, you know what I mean? It depends how you grade him, but there's no denying what his level of a coach is. You know what I mean? Like, you could question his playing ability against anybody, but I'll put his coaching ability up against guys like Madden, Lombardi. We're talking about people that motivate and make teams just become better because of the way he coaches. You know, and as a player, he was a good player. There it is.
I don't know if anybody's got their Google machine up and running right now. I do not. Can you find out if Bill Belichick was a player? Or was he one of those?
I think he was, but he was like a warmer. I'm looking it up right now.
I was going to say, was he a guy that played the game, or was he a guy that was groomed into coaching like some of the college coaches that come into the NFL now? Because I guess the point I'm trying to make here is Deion Sanders a couple of years ago wanted him to interview for the Dallas coaching job. And he said, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, and he was kind of belligerent when he did it with them. He basically told them to go fuck themselves.
I don't want to do this because
I don't want to do that shit.
He's coaching high school and he's coaching junior college, which is fantastic. And he said, I don't have what it takes to be a good leader. It doesn't mean he got asked out of a job. There's a reason the Rooney Rule is in place so that people of color don't get asked out of interviewing for these jobs.
He was never a player.
Never. There you go. He was a made coach. He was an analyst deluxe.
Who said Deion?
No, Bill Belichick.
No, Belichick never played.
No.
He started with the Baltimore Colts in 1975 as a special assistant. So basically, he's the lowest of lows as coach. And he went to the Lions.
Yeah, he basically started off as the dishwasher in sports, and proved that and got his foot in the door and proved his knowledge and ability over and over and over again, and basically just did what he does, and he's just a good coach.
He's one of those rare coaches that can not play the game but know it inside and out like the back of his hand. It's like chess.
Yes.
Anticipate people's moves. And he's proven that throughout his coaching career.
And be a step ahead of them on the field.
Always a step ahead. And sometimes he gets it right. Sometimes they got it wrong. I mean, it's weird for me watching Tom Brady last night, not coached under Belichick, because he was doing plays that Belichick never would have called.
Yeah.
It's a completely different system down in Tampa. But
he made it work once.
Yeah.
He shook the Patriot monkey off his back. He goes and wins a Super Bowl in Tampa Bay. But being coached by Billy Buttfuck, whoever he is in Tampa, is a hell of a lot different than being coached by the genius in New England.
Well, and you also got to remember is that Belichick he surrounded himself with brilliant people. Brilliant people. The best of the best offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, special teams. What Tampa is at the time before Tom Brady was there, middle of the road team.
Is it Bruce Arians that's coaching that team?
I think so.
Mm-hmm, I believe so.
But look at the guys that have come up through the Belichick system, white and black, that have gone on to have head coaching jobs in the NFL, and they do well because they learned how to do this from somebody. Again, like Herm said with the cooking bit,
right?
They learned from the best,
and they learned every aspect of the job.
Now,
it wasn't just one-sided.
Right. Now, you can take someone like a Deion Sanders or a Terrell Owens or somebody, they have to know in their heart, I may have been a fantastic player, but I'll never be a leader. I was a leader on the field. That's different. You're in the heart of battle. but drawing up plays and doing the work, not saying they can't, but I think they know inside their head, this isn't for me.
Right.
Whereas a guy like Eric Bieniemy, who was a fairly decent football player, Mike Tomlin, same thing, Tony Dungy, same thing, they got to, because of where they sat most of the time, they got to learn, and they are now, again, fantastic coaches. Dungy is a Hall of Famer because of his coaching. Mike Tomlin will be a Hall of Famer because of his coaching. I don't think, and I don't want this to be the end of the subject, but I don't think there's a racial disparity. I think you have – I think, what is it, Herm? 64% of the NFL is African-American, people of color, etc.
Yeah, non-white.
Okay, we'll call it non-white. We're not trying to,
non-white.
Mike doesn't have a hood. Yeah.
No, I don't. Yeah. No, but in order to be
cleaners.
No, in order to be overly inclusive, I'm completely excluding anybody, just white people. It's non-white. So Asians, Pacific Islanders, Black, whatever you want, whatever it is that's non-white, it's 64%. That is 64%.
Right, period. And the difference between the NFL and, say, Major League Baseball or even the NBA, in the NFL, most of your best players are non-white. I said it, I don't think it translates into being a good manager, but in baseball, whereas you have 11 guys on one side of the ball, 11 guys on the other side of the ball in football, and you're constantly rotating in and out, you got 9 guys, and you might replace 1 or 2 throughout the game. So you have 20-something guys on the bench watching, learning, absorbing. That's why Dusty Baker is one of the best non-white managers to ever live. Same with, I said Dusty Baker. Joe Morgan was a great manager, now a great analyst. I almost said color analyst, but that's the position. That's not me being.
No, yeah. No, that's what it was color commentator. That was your job. What do you do?
Absolutely.
I'm a color commentator for you. That's we're not. It has nothing to do
Tony
with
Perez.
skin tone.
Right. Tony Perez had a Hall of Fame career. His son did not, but his son is one of the best analysts in baseball.
Right.
And in the NBA, I could point to Doc Rivers and a billion others. Bill Russell was a fantastic coach for a while. ML Carr. These were guys that this is a game where you rotate in and out so much.
Yep.
Whereas you can learn the ins and the outs and the X's and the O's. In football, if you are a star player, you are full bore from the first whistle to the last whistle. And you don't get a lot of time to see how the sausage is made.
Right. You just know it.
Yeah. Exactly. You are the sausage.
You're the end product. Yeah, your end product is to score fucking points.
Right, and that's your job is to score, and that's how that works. Your job isn't to pay attention. Your job is to do.
Yep. So with 32 jobs in the NFL, and they don't quite fire coaches as much as they used to. Do you remember in the 90s, like every time you turned around, like 13, 14 teams had new coaches all the fucking time. Now you get a little bit of tenure. You get a longer run. Belichick's been there since what?
It happens, and when it happens, it cleans out. There's 4 or 5 coaches they clean. It always happens at playoffs.
Yeah.
It really only happens at playoffs now. It used to happen 3 to 5 coaches a year during mid-season were getting fucking fired and replaced. I mean,
that happens more in baseball where they fire you halfway through the season.
Yeah, I mean, look at Parcells. Look how many jobs Parcells lost halfway through the season and picked up a new job mid-season. He just left teams mid-season because that's how it went down.
Belichick took over as head coach in 2000.
Yep. So you're talking about 23 seasons.
And before that, he was signed on as a assistant head coach and defensive back in 96.
Yep. So under Parcells.
He's got almost 30 years under his belt at one team.
Right. So I think a part of this, when the question was posed to me, because it was somebody, I don't know if they were angry, but I had said something about Deion Sanders. And, Deion Sanders would have made a fantastic coach. No, he wouldn't have. And he said as much himself. That's why he coaches at the lower level, because he knows, my ego's way up here. He gave himself the nickname Prime Time, for crying out loud.
I know.
You know?
Right.
And the gold chains
For
and
real.
those god-awful rap videos, and God damn it. You know, he's got an ego the size of Texas. I don't think that works as a leader. You know, you have to almost be humble, and you have to be able to teach and be teachable.
Well, and you also have to be approachable, because, you know, it's just like being a teacher. If I have a professor or a high school teacher that just doesn't want to just always guard up, you're not going to go approach him. But you have a coach, the door is always open, and you're having an issue. Walk in, talk about it. You're not going to know how to improve yourself unless the one person who has judgment on your job is the head coach, and he gives you input. You better fucking listen.
Bingo. Like the boss at any job. You don't have to like your boss, but you damn well better be ready to execute when the boss says go.
And that was my point at the beginning. You don't have to love the person. You have to love the process and respect the man in the position. If I can just imagine, if I'm the offensive coordinator, I call play and Belichick interrupts me and says, no, run this. The players are going to run Belichick's fucking play.
Right. I have to tell you guys something. For anybody who's not currently watching the YouTubes or will watch it later, Lynch and Herm, we're here in the studio apartment type thing over Lynch's garage, our home studio here, and the walls are pretty much the same color as at Herm's house. Mm-hmm. So I look up across the room and I'm talking to Lynch.
It's almost
every now and again,
it's almost like looking across the room.
Yeah,
it's almost like you're right there, because it's pretty much the same. It's the beige door.
But Lynch has caught me 3 or 4 times looking over to say something to Herm, and he's not there.
Where my spot normally is.
Yeah. By the way, your chair is comfy.
It was, right?
I can see why you like this.
I told you I wanted to take it with me. It's a nice chair.
That was here when you moved in. I loved it.
Nice.
I can hit it.
That was the chair that was just there at the spot. And when we did this the first night, and I was like, yo, this works. I'll make this work. And it just worked. It was a great chair. Fucking amazing chair, man. But yeah, you're right. When you look from wall to wall, they're kind of, if we change the lighting in Chris's room to a little cooler, it would totally do it, bro. It almost
I may have to bring some new light bulbs.
Great. Now I've got to get something.
I probably have some downstairs.
I literally need to get like a little tiny love seat or cushion or something behind me that looks like that couch, and it could look.
Oh my
like
god!
No,
because that'll screw me up even worse.
You'd be like, Herm, what are you?
Yeah, did you?
You got to remember where the Brady Bunch.
It's kind of cool. It kind of looks. It's kind of continuous on the background colors.
Right. So I mean, we'll go back to the sports thing. Though, you know where I think there really is a non-white disparity in coaching, despite there having been a lot of African American players who weren't top level. The NHL. PK Subban just retired. If that guy doesn't get a head coaching job, it's a freaking shame. He wasn't a Gretzky. He wasn't even Zdeno Chara, but he's mid-level at best.
Well, you're talking about two people with bar is set very, very high. You take you take those two guys out of the equation. He is a superstar.
Okay, but try this one on for size. Right. Cam Neely was a superstar. So was Wayne Gretzky. They both sucked as coaches.
Yes,
because they didn't know how to do that. Now, hockey's another sport. You can be in and out.
Yeah,
and you have that very brief time on the bench to take a look around. How often was Gretzky off the ice when it highlighted his career?
Oh God, he was playing more shifts than anybody else.
Are you kidding me? He was pulling fucking full games. He was pulling 3 fucking periods with 1 or 2 minute rotate outs just to catch his fucking breath or change his skates or do something.
Yeah, he was insane. On the ice.
When he was not just when he was with when he was out there with the Kings. I mean, when he was with the fucking Bruins, he was a fucking animal.
Oh. Yeah.
Gretzky. Didn't Gretzky play Bruins?
Gretzky didn't play for the Bruins.
Who did he play
who was
for?
The guy that the Kings, the Oilers, the Coyotes, and didn't he have like a cup of coffee with the Avs too? The Avalanche,
something like that.
But
he was a fucking beast, man. He played.
Most
like
guys play a shift and get off the ice. He was Iron Man. He really was Iron Man.
Yeah, he'd run fucking 90 minutes of fucking hockey time and just crazy. Just
But he is honestly the greatest, but it didn't translate into coaching.
no.
But then
Not
you look
in
at
any
a guy
form.
like Claude Julien, who took the Bruins to the Stanley Cup in 2011 as a coach.
Yep.
Yep.
Had a lot of great players on that team, don't get me wrong, but Claude Julien was not a good hockey player.
Nope.
I can agree with you on that. And back to Gretzky, it's the man was on fire, like Mike said. His peak highlight is his career. So we didn't have that time behind the scenes. Now I guarantee you, if you ask him about specific players or a specific game, he can tell you, recite the entire game to you.
Page and verse.
Because the focus is on the ice.
Yep.
And that's why I kind of agree with your theory about the those players who have that luxury. They may not be the greatest players because they're not getting turf time or ice time, but they're getting school when they're not playing.
All right. Larry Bird, fantastic player, shitty coach. Who was the guy that played for Detroit? Everybody thought he was gay. Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thompson.
Yes.
Fantastic Hall of Fame player, shitty coach.
Horrible coach.
But that's I guess, when we break it down and you look at the NFL and they're again, like that stat is close to 64% non-white, and you want to take that 64% and break it down, I'll bet 70 to 80% of them are top-notch, banging-ass players. You're not going to get great coaching out of that. But I'll point back to Michael Irvin. Great football player. He wins 3 Super Bowls with Dallas.
Yep.
Snorted all the coke in Texas, and now he's a fantastic analyst on the NFL Network. But he knows how to break that down. He has his little catchphrases here and again, and I don't think you give him a clipboard or a tablet and 53 guys on a sideline that he's going to make chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Right. And why do you think Tony Romo's commentating and not coaching? Because he knows his limits.
Right.
Tony,
Same with Herm Edwards.
I'll say this, and people will probably really disagree with me. Tony Romo was okay, but he's a mid-level play to quarterback. To me, his biggest downfall, he was Mr. Fucking Glass.
Yeah.
Always injured, always on the IR list or out. I think he's a fantastic commentator. I like listening to his games. Some of them, like Collinsworth.
Oh my God! Listening to him is like listening to nails on a chalkboard with the cat screeching in the other room.
I like what's his name.
Did anybody watch the Denver game last night?
Yes, I did. The entire game.
Did you listen to Collinsworth blow fucking Russell Wilson the entire fucking game, dude?
I want you guys to do something for me.
I'm a Denver fan, and you know what? There was no good shit that happened last night. The only
what did you guys?
You
guys had a baseball score. The finals like 12-11.
It was like 7-11.
No, they had.
I'm going in. I got to find out what the score was last night because I saw it this morning.
There wasn't a good play in the entire fucking game last night. And the only play that Russell capitalized on, and the only reason he capitalized on it was because it was a play that fucking disintegrated. It was 2 or 3 plays that disintegrated, and he had to run with the ball because every time he threw the fucking ball, it was fucking wide right or left, high. It was short. It was behind. It was ahead. He couldn't make shit.
For those of you that did not watch the game last night, after a walk-off home run in the ninth, the final score was the Denver Broncos 11, the San Francisco 49ers 10.
It was fucking.
That's a baseball score.
It's a baseball score, man.
Well, that's all right. I forget who it was. Washington. They got a safety at halftime. That was a gimme, and the score was like 28-2.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Getting off topic here.
Enough for nothing. But the Dolphins basically beat the Bills practice squad. And they're all talking about how badass they are.
But wait, Josh Allen was in like the whole game, though.
Yeah, but the entire rest of the fucking team was all like second, third string, bro.
That's all fine and good. That is all fine and good. But what everybody's going to remember, there's 2 things people are going to remember from that game. 1, the offensive coordinator breaking everything in sight after the game in the box.
That was fucking hilarious, dude.
And the Dolphins punter kicking his own player's ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw that highlight. I was like, what the fuck just happened? And when they play it slow-mo.
Somebody time stopped it, and you can see the
Yes.
football indentation in the butt.
Offensive coordinator wrecking the booth was priceless.
That
I
was
like,
fucking
oh,
awesome.
it's what the fuck, and just
That was something else. That was something to see.
Those
And
are
you
the
know
moments
what?
You love.
That was a white guy. Why can't their offensive coordinator be a nice, calm, smooth brother, man? Just be like, oh, we lost? I'm going to shoot somebody. I don't know. Look.
Whoa, okay. Mr. Duke, your reservation's ready.
Thank you. I'll be right there. I got to get my hood.
excellent. Thank you.
In my pitchfork.
Oh, no. That's saved for when we go lynching.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody here supports lynching, and many of us don't support lynch. So we're just going to throw that out there.
We don't even support Lynch, so there you
What
go.
the fuck? I can't even support my own house.
Well, I'm not in your house.
I got one of these for you.
He's in your house. I'm not in your house.
I'm in your house.
That
Yeah.
motherfucker. That
If
motherfucker
anybody-
right there is. But I'm
If
not.
anybody out there has an answer to that question, is there a racial disparity in NFL head coaching? Drop us a line, junctiondysfunctionshow@gmail.com. You can put it in the comments. We'll see them later in the week.
Yo, there's 4 motherfuckers watching. If one of you doesn't say something, I'm gonna take my fucking pants off right here.
Oh, God,
gee,
please.
Please say something now.
I'll start with my shirt. You think I won't strip down back there? I'll get naked. Somebody needs to
You
say
already
something.
We're going to get demonetized.
You already promised people that from your seat you were going to piss into the bathroom stall.
I'll do it right here. We'll do it right now. You want to
Stop
see the
it.
viewership go right up? Oh, look, we lost one. Someone's afraid.
Wouldn't you be?
No,
I mean, not you. You see
I'd be
your
interested. I'd be
see your
interested.
you see your neckedness all the time.
See that big.
The rest of
sexy
us,
ass.
we don't need to see that.
See that big sexiness. What's up?
Scaring children. Wait,
There's
did you
no
just say? Did you just say you have a big sexy ass?
My big sexiness.
First, sexiness.
My big
'Cause I was about to blow up your spot and tell people I've known you 35 years. Shut up. He's all back and all crack.
Because Jen will join in.
Cushion.
Yeah, careful. Jen will be jumping on soon. She'll be telling me calling me Flapjack.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I just used to tell people there's no cushion. It starts at his back, goes straight through his crack.
That's right. It's back crack legs. That's all it is.
There was a reason why he could get away with buying smaller jeans because there was no butt to push the material out.
Nope.
Oh,
boy. I wear like a 3 to 4X shirt, and I have a 40 waist.
Wow. That's crazy, dude.
That's because you have no ass.
I've got like a 60-inch chest and a 40 waist. That's
so not only do we want you guys to answer the question of how we might be able to fix the supposed racial disparity in the NFL coaching.
Yeah, I would love some examples of what people think the racial disparity is. And we got a lot of crickets out there, and nobody's saying nothing. But
it's a brand new world. We gotta let them get used to what we're doing here.
No, I know
they're used to audio only.
They are, and we all, and they also are used to seeing a recording on YouTube later and seeing our stuff on Facebook. So working on getting multiple platforms, I think, might help us as well.
Right, because you'd be able to pull in comments from Facebook, Instagram,
from everybody.
Right.
But I would love to know what everybody thinks their examples of what's going on. I'm not sure that there's talk about it, and it doesn't really come up, and there's never any real specific examples. It's just it's not fair. There's not enough black coaches. So who should have been a coach that got fucked over is what I want to know. Like, you guys know something? Who got fucked over? Talk to me. I mean, because I've heard about a bunch of white guys getting fucked over about making comments about black players.
All right, I'm going to run down this list, and some of them are active, and
I'm
some
not saying
of them,
that those white players who said that shit didn't deserve what they got, but
right. But I'm going to read this list off and tell me how many guys on this list were banging ass players. There's one name at the bottom of this list, and it's only because he just appears at the bottom of the list. He is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, but the team was bigger than he was. So I'll leave it there. Mike Tomlin.
Mm-hmm.
We already covered him.
Average.
Tony Dungy covered him. Bieniemy
Average.
covered him. Todd Bowles.
Average.
Marvin Lewis.
Yeah.
Anthony Lynn. Yeah, if you're saying who, I understand, because
Who?
that was what I was going to say.
Yeah. Who?
He since passed away. He stopped coaching long time ago.
But he was actually a rather below average player.
Yeah. Or how about Fritz Pollard, who passed away several years ago? Yeah, it's not a name you remember. Hugh Jackson, anybody? Jim Caldwell.
Right.
Raheem Morris. Leslie Frazier.
Right.
Our dearly departed friend. We are who they thought they were. Denny Green.
Yeah.
Herm Edwards, who we've covered. And Super Bowl winning quarterback, but barely passable career, Doug Williams.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He had one. He was a shooting star. He
was right place, right time. No offense
He had
to him.
that one season that season, and that's pretty much it.
He Joe Flacco'd and
done.
he Trent Dilford his way in. Trent Dilford has a ring. Dan Marino doesn't. Let that sink in.
I know. That's kind of weird.
Right?
Yeah.
What kind of fucked up universe is that?
Right? Stevie Ray Vaughan
Like,
is
I
dead.
wasn't a Dolphins fan, but I was very much a Dan Marino fan.
It's hard not to be.
It was like, that was
such a likable guy too.
He was that group that year. It was him and Elway and
Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly, yeah.
And they all came out that year. It was all they all came out rookie year that year, and they were just amazing players. Just
what was that horrible movie he was in? Wasn't he in a movie?
Who?
John Elway? Or am I
I don't know.
I'm thinking of
No.
Oh, now I'm thinking of Boz, whatever the fuck his name was.
Bosworth.
Bosworth.
Stone Cold.
That was Brian Bosworth with Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Brian Bosworth.
No, I mean,
Boz.
Elway. If there was a big Sports Illustrated article years ago when I was much younger, and it talked about some of the shit he played through. Like, he played almost an entire season with this bigger than a grapefruit sized growth underneath
Oh my God.
his arm here, and like in the most excruciating pain that a person could ever endure. And because going in for surgery on it would take him out of the game.
Wow.
So he learned and played with this fucking mass inside of his body for almost a full season.
Holy shit.
And
Poor
that was
guy.
the year he went in for the surgery there back in like 98, 99.
Yep.
But he played for like a full season with knowing it was the size of a fucking grapefruit.
Yeah.
Jesus
And
Christ.
again, just like Gretzky, Elway's Iron Man. You know, a lot of these guys were Iron Men. Dan Marino played through a lot of that not the same thing with a growth like that.
But injuries
broken
that
fingers,
nowadays,
broken toes. Yeah.
Well, it's like that clip I sent yesterday. Every play you see those guys just playing is considered a penalty
Now.
and is a penalty now.
Oh yeah.
The entire
there are things
commercial that they just filmed of games is all penalties now. The game is so much softer.
When I say these two names, I want to watch both of you just bug out, because there were things back in the 80s that these two gentlemen did that would be considered stiff super penalties today, and that was Mike Singletary and Richard Dent.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
Dude, let's talk about Lyle Alzado.
Yeah, but he's not. He's white.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Well, yeah. So we're not disparaging him either. So
Right.
But
I'll tell you what, though.
Dude,
ahead,
Mike
please.
Singletary with that fucking
Another
forearm.
shitty coach, by the way.
Yes, horrible. Good commentator. Again,
Fantastic.
they all make commentators because they can analyze the play in small doses,
In
certain
real
spots.
speed as it's happening.
Right, and they have the luxury of replay. But yeah, like Mike Singletary was a complete animal, and like basically every play he ever played would have been a penalty today.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he invented the power bomb, and the wrestling guys just took it, because I remember him picking up a running back and then slamming him to the ground, kind of like the kicker for the Falcons did a couple
what were
years
they
ago.
like the 80? What was those? It was the 89 Bears. They were just animals.
85, 86.
Yeah, that was McMahon and his headbands, and
Yep.
they were animals.
Peyton, the fridge. All
Oh
of them,
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. They even let Fridge carry the ball for one play on that.
Yeah,
in
I
the Super
couldn't.
Bowl.
I remember that. Oh,
Yeah.
that pissed off everybody in New England.
Oh, everybody on the it pissed off everybody on the planet, but every fat guy, fat guy on the planet was like, "Fuck you! I'm a fucking train. Fucking
That's
stop
my
me,
boy.
bitch!
That's my boy.
My nigga right there."
Oh my
For real, they handed that big motherfucker the ball, and he was just like, I just ate 3 people to get across the line. We
Right.
good."
Went to the
He ate
sidelines, had
sandwiches
himself
big.
2 Big
That
Macs.
motherfucker ate sandwiches bigger than some of the linemen he went up against on that play.
Oh yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. So you got any answers for this, Lynch?
Well, it's kind of hard to shop in a market that's penetrated almost 50-50, right? You get what you get. Do you want to set somebody up for failure in an interview, go through the process, and he's just like the last choice?
Mhm.
Do you want to take that risk in a multi-million-dollar franchise and destroy a dynasty? I mean, I'm thinking Patriots. What the day Belichick says, I'm done, good luck. But there are people who are current and former players. I see that could be coaches. You gotta pick from who applies, and if he happens to be black or happens to be white, you make the best choice. It's not about a color thing, not at all.
And again, with 32 job openings, and let's see, on any given time, offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, special teams coaches, special assistant to the guy who inflates the balls, you may have 100 applicants. And it's at that point with the Rooney Rule, one interview has to be someone non-white.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a pool of 100, you're not going to go through all 100. You have a finite amount of time between the end of the season when these interviews can start to July when beginning of June when 2 a day start.
The Rooney Rule is basically a rule based on affirmative action.
Yes,
right. Right.
As well
when
it
was
should be,
when it was enacted,
a racist piece of shit.
When it was enacted, it was done under. Oh, Rooney was a completely racist piece of shit, and it was done to conform with affirmative action. And however, I don't know as if do you think they get 100 applicants?
They might.
They only announce hey, so and so is actively
because let's be
applying
honest,
for these jobs.
I get a lot of applicants, but I look at a bunch of them and then toss them because I don't really consider they're not even they don't even meet it. Now, so now if that's with the Rooney Rule, now I've got to find somebody of color to throw in the mix just because of the Rooney Rule. So they weren't and regardless of their skin color, because of their performance or for whatever reason other than a non-racist reason, they weren't even on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to put them in the mix and deny them the job, which now somebody's going to say it was racist. No, it was a racist bullshit law to cover a racist bullshit ass long ago rule that made me have to put him into the running.
Yep. They say Jerry Jones, who I despise very much, says when he would interview candidates, the first thing out of his mouth is, wow me. Wow me. Tell me, make me believe you're the guy for this job.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with X's and O's. Why are you the guy for this job?
Right.
And it's always the guy with the best answer that usually gets hired. Unfortunately, it's Dallas, so they've all failed tremendously since 1995. To me, the Jerry Jones thing is a lot like The Wolf of Wall Street. Y'all seen that movie?
Yes.
Mike, sell me this pen.
Yeah.
Right. It's exactly what it is.
Well, it's a very,
Sell me this pen.
Right.
yeah. Give me a buck and you can have the pen.
Wrong.
Yeah.
I'll sell you this pen right now.
Okay.
Oh man,
Lynch,
that
can you
is
write-
an amazing pen. It is the most smoothest writing, lightest
Wrong.
pen on the planet.
Wrong. Lynch, write down your phone number.
I can't.
Why not?
I'll buy your pen.
And that's how it's done.
And that's
Wow,
a very old school mentality, because you look at his generation going back beyond the 60s. Okay. So it was a different time then. I personally think get rid of the Rooney Rule. Let any applicant stand on their merits, because it, like Mike's point, I get 50 applications. Nope. Yep.
And that's just
Nope,
reading the
nope,
requirements
nope.
and the
That's just reading the name.
accomplishments. Yeah. The
That's just
name.
basically reading the name.
Wow, you're a racist piece of shit.
No, because you know it.
Right. So
If-
everybody named Jackson or
apply-
Washington's out, right?
If they're a member of your organization applying for the team,
Mr. Johnson
if
can't
you're the guy
even
in
think
charge-
about getting a coaching job.
Hold that thought. Let him finish, Herm.
Go ahead.
if you're the guy in charge, I don't know. I just bad things.
Understand.
You know, I think that we are beyond that time right now.
I agree.
Merit. Baffle me with your fucking wizardry on your merit. You know.
What's
Yeah.
there's got to be something in the chef world. It's like watching those cooking shows. I love watching Beat Bobby Flay.
It's
Wow me.
It's what we in the business call it's an audition, and usually it involves a mystery box. And there's a basket and a kitchen, and you're allowed to come into the kitchen, and you bring your knives, and they give you the quick tour and show you where shit is, and you see your equipment, and there's a basket with ingredients, and they tell you what they want, and it's I need an appetizer, I need an entree, and I need a third dish, a dessert, something, a salad, whatever.
Yeah.
And you've got to use everything in the basket.
Yep.
I've had jobs where that's the interview. We'd like to give you an audition interview in the kitchen on Wednesday. Okay.
Show me what you got.
Yeah. Anything I need, just bring your knives. Bring knives and personal tools. Okay. And you show up with your bag, and that's it.
I
Hi,
want one of
got
those.
my bag.
I want one of those cool beanies that the chefs wear. I love those things.
Oh, the chef yarmulke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to you, racist Jones over here. My co-host David Duke.
I'll be here all week.
Well,
That's
Herm,
fucking
get your booger picking finger ready. We got to hit some music, because from one asshole to another,
Oh,
we're going to introduce to you. All right, we're going to give Herm a second.
Yeah.
We always want to do new segments.
Yeah.
We've done Hey Stupid. We've done 1-star strip club reviews. But I've been inspired, and you guys get inspired too in the weeks and months to come. There doesn't have to be one every week, but this week I would like to introduce you to, as soon as Herm gives me the heads up, and I don't have to filibuster anymore.
Go ahead.
Basically I'm dicking around right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dysfunction Show is proud to bring to you the asshole of the week.
Wait a minute. What's going on?
I don't know. You're the producer.
I don't know. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first asshole of the week can't figure out his own fucking equipment.
No, I'm plugged in. I have no idea why it's not going off. What's going on? Damn it.
Can you patch it in post?
No. What?
Oh, okay.
Wiggity whack.
Bad.
I'll do this again. Welcome to the asshole of the week.
Hold up. Oh, here we go.
All right.
There you go. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I have
think,
to do everything on the phone. I'm ordering a second laptop so I can run all of my DJ software off of that. We're gonna make a real fucking studio.
So much
in this
better.
room.
He's not the best producer in the business for nothing.
Jen's gonna have to sleep on the floor when she gets here, but that's just how it's gonna be.
No, because her birthday's coming up. I'll get her an air mattress.
Oh, that nice. She'll appreciate.
Yeah,
that.
I don't fuck around. I'll get the kind that's all fuzzy on top too.
Nice. So let's hear about your asshole.
Okay, asshole of the week is not. I got a little story to tell, and right from the get-go, a couple of you guys are going to say, "I think I know who you're talking about." No, you don't. A couple days ago, someone decided to stir the shit and make me and my friends lick the spoon. I'm a person that when I make a mistake, I stand up and I will look people in the eye, or in some cases, talk to them on the phone because I can't look them in the eye, and I own my shit. That is something I didn't always do. But in the last, 20 years or so, I'm a pretty stand-up human being. What are you doing?
Taking my pills.
Lynch, take your pill. The alarm didn't even go off.
I didn't hear no beep.
Right?
I didn't hear no bell.
Right. Anyway.
It's up here.
In this situation, I did the one thing I hate doing, and I hate when it's done to me. I shot first, and I asked questions later. Karma's going to come around and bite people in the ass a lot harder than I ever could. But I hurt two people that I care about greatly because I thought they didn't have my six. Another person who I care about greatly was caught in the crossfire and didn't deserve to be there. So while karma will come and stir your shit and make you lick the spoon, I have to go out on a limb, and for the first ever Dysfunction Junction Asshole of the Week, I'm giving that award to myself. I am the asshole of the week.
Give him a round of applause, folks. Yay.
And like I said to someone the other day, I may be an asshole, but I'm an honest asshole.
He was completely angry and completely.
Oh, here
off
I didn't
of
say
his
anybody's
fucking
name,
chain.
and my man just came out and blew up his own spot.
Look, because I'm going to give you props, and that's just how it is. Because we're brothers, and that's just the way it goes down. We're not. We. All right. There was some shit that went down, and he got angry fast. He got angry fast.
I don't ever get hot like that.
He doesn't really get angry, and he got really fucking angry really fast, and he dug his feet in and dug his heels in, and he wasn't giving a fuck. He wasn't fucking giving up. So we all just had to cut him some slack and let him be quiet for a while. And be quiet, and everybody just leave him the fuck alone. And after a while, he all of a sudden realized he was like, well, I did come kind of cross, like off the chain. And
it was
that's
probably
all,
24
and that's
hours
all that was
before.
required. And that's all that was required, because once everybody was calm and not off the chain, and everybody could say exactly what they were kind of saying in the beginning, but clarify it, but you couldn't clarify it because he was hot.
Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't matter. It didn't matter what you said. It didn't matter how you said it. And it doesn't matter what respect you used. He wasn't hearing that shit.
These two guys will tell you, when I get hot, you gotta let that pot simmer down. Because I don't hear shit. I'm not gonna lie. Shit.
I'm not gonna lie. I woke up and texted Lynch, and I was like, "Yo, I am not dealing with his crazy at fucking 4 a.m."
The beautiful thing about it.
And Lynch was like, hold on. He's like, I figured apology in 3 to 4. I was like, all right.
What?
Well, hours maybe. We weren't sure how, but then the next morning happened, and I tried to talk to you, and we tried, and he got a little belligerent.
They just a little.
He got
there you go.
He got a little belligerent, and I was like, you know what?
About 12 hot inches.
I'm out. I'm done. We're good.
So
I'm here when I love you. When you figure out what the fuck is causing you to be so angry, you give me a call. We talk.
Well, like one of my really good friends who was also involved in this, who shall remain nameless, but is Derek the Undertaker. I told him I'd blow up his spot too. When I sat down in his kitchen and talked to him, it was the day before. He texted me a little bit, and I was still not having it. And he came up with one of the best phrases ever, and I told it to Lynch on the phone. We talked how many times Saturday? Couple, 3, 4, right?
Couple, 3, 4, yeah.
when you and Lynch, if I'm speaking a word of a lie because you have gone through this, tell me. When you find cancer, you do not put a Band-Aid on it. You cut the tumor out. And that's what I've done. I've cut the tumor out. However, it is with great pleasure and pride that I know that these two guys that I'm speaking of, and as well as Lynch, who got caught in the crossfire, they really do have my six.
Just out of nowhere, you blindsided that motherfucker. Just all sorts of hate and discontent thrown all over the place. I was like,
okay,
why is he picking on our boy Lynch? If the issue he has possibly is with me, if he'd let me explain, he'd be all right. But what's up? Why is he mad at Lynch too? Nigga mad at everybody. What the fuck? I'm like, it's 3:00 in the goddamn morning. What the fuck?
That guy that came out.
Start my day.
That guy that came out early in the morning has not come out in a very, very long time. And I'm equal parts proud of him and equal parts ashamed that he came out. Again, I'm still angry about a couple things. We've all spoken on them. Everybody knows how I feel. And I'm going to stay angry for a little while on those particular subjects. But time heals everything, man. And so does a couple well-placed messages, phone calls, visits to houses, and something I like to call Sober Saturday. Saturday's my sober day anyway, so it was kind of easy. But that's the beauty of it. I wasn't drunk when I sent these messages. I was not. I was livid.
Dude, I totally had you pegged for hammered. I'm
Absolutely
not gonna lie.
not.
I was like, Lynch, I'm not ready to deal with this crazy. Lynch was like, he's obviously fucking hammered, as irate as he is. He's obviously. We were like, he obviously went to that concert, had something go down, and
I went
had a few.
pool with my
I was
friend.
like, he's fucking pissed, like he's
Nope.
hammered, bro.
Nope. I can have a very good friend who I hadn't seen since high school, who I hung out with that night, and a very beautiful young lady verify that from 12:30 till about 3:30 a.m., nothing was imbibed. It was like hang out and talk and chit chat and whatever in the parking lot of this restaurant. And oddly enough, when you get to be our age and a cop swings through, they don't bother you when you got gray hair. But if I were 17 years old sitting in that parking lot, I'd be doing the cop arena. Put your hands behind your head and get your ass in the car.
Yeah, no. When you look like this, you could be doing all kinds of shit and nobody cares.
I could have been doing blow off a stripper's ass. The cop would have been.
He would have just drove right by. How you doing, sir? Evening, sir. Have a good night. What'd you say?
Put it straight in the butthole.
That's what I'm saying. Ma'am, are you all right? I'm good. Yes, sir. Have a good night.
I'm doing better.
It's not a white card. It's literally an old man card. Like once you hit like almost 50, pretty much they think you're harmless. Unless you're fucking losing your shit. So if you're sitting there doing blow off a stripper's ass and you're doing it quietly, nobody cares.
Yep. And that's the glory of being a man over 40. Or a woman over 40 for that matter.
Yeah.
What is a woman?
Oh, here we go.
He did it at the same time. That's beautiful.
Oh, I have an email.
Oh, wow. Well, somebody loves Lynch.
Very nice. Very nice.
Increase the size of your penis. Okay. Not going to happen. I don't remember. I was going to say something. What?
This is exactly why we can't have nice things.
This is when the edibles.
The reason.
The edibles are kicking in.
Who broke the lamp in 1977, Christopher?
That's right.
Me.
That's right. That's why you're getting sued now, Christopher.
That's right. That's why that man punched you in the mouth.
That's why that man punched you in the mouth.
Anyway,
because you broke that lamp.
Before we say goodbye, I want to extend my sincerest apologies to these two knuckleheads and to the knucklehead who will be watching or listening to this later in the week. And you know what? That's all I'm going to say on the subject because karma has a way of biting someone in the ass a lot harder than I can. So good luck.
Very nice.
I know who's got my 6.
Here comes karma.
Her boy Elroy. Oh, wait, no. We've gone off the rails real quick. So if you guys got any show suggestions, comments, questions, concerns, junctiondysfunctionshow@gmail.com, or comment underneath this
I was
video.
going to say, post a comment while you're watching this, and we'll see it, man.
Absolutely. Herm takes care of all the administrative stuff. He's the genius. We're the talent. So he's got stuff on his plate, and he always lets us know. So if you got something, do it. Because I think, and if I go back in time, which I'm about to before we say goodbye to these nice folks, I just want to see a date in time. What? Oh, Matt Walsh just uploaded. Good. I got something to listen to on the way home.
There you go.
Uh-huh. 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 No. Why is it? Oh, it cut off a lot of episodes. I don't know why.
On what? Matt Walsh?
No, on it's why is it doing this?
Because you're over 50. I'm just kidding.
No, it's got like episode 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, work with me here, 33, 34, 35, 36, and then it switches 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, because I started pulling episodes down the other day in the middle of our TIFF. I unpublished them in order so people couldn't comment and do anything on them. I started saving them and protecting them, and by the time I got that far down the list in between while working, and then we talked. So everything.
That's why
went
all
back
of these
up.
say this. This is probably why all of these going back to episode 28 say today.
Yes.
Today.
Yes,
Today.
they all went back up today because I was like, all right, we're all good. And then I was like, oh shit, I pulled all the episodes down so nobody could come in and use anything on our page or comment on it personally with everything that was going on with multiple people that we were all involved with.
Okay.
So I protected the show, and that's as far as I got before we talked and everything was copacetic. So, and we knew where everybody stood and what was going on.
Okay, well, as I'm looking back,
same reason I deactivated the page in the show so nobody could go on there and start any personal shit.
It's been close to 10 episodes. I think it's time to go back to the hat.
Yeah, we can get there. I don't see why not.
Here's the funny thing. We, on our end, will have to email Herm or private message.
No.
Neither of us see the questions.
No, we don't. We can. We all know our own questions anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have to roll the dice, and I'll roll the dice right here, and you number your questions 1 through 5 or 1 through 6.
Yep, 6.
And then I'll roll, and whatever the number is, we read question 3, and then I roll to see, and we cross them out.
With the new technology,
I can just roll it right here and
right. We can also find maybe a fourth member that wants to have some fun with us because Big Al was a bucket of fun.
Yeah, Big Al has already said he wants to do the show, so he would totally do it. He's like, I got a video camera. I was told him what we were up to, and he's like, oh, I got a cam. I was like, all right, man, we can totally add you in. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's give him a break, man. Let's let him breathe a little bit. I mean, it was early July, late June that we last were in the hat. So yeah. Everybody dig around. All three of us dig around. Leave Big Al out of it. No offense, Big Al.
It was the episode I came home. It was the Monday I came home in between going out after Mom passed and then flying and then driving back out here.
That is more than likely correct.
It was the Monday, and then we did it, and then Tuesday morning I left.
Yep.
Right. It would be easier to read this if you didn't take everything down and fuck me over.
Sorry.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Right. I was protecting shit. That's what I do. Even in the middle of the argument, I was being a producer.
Yep. Nobody's gonna fuck with us.
Nobody's fucking with our shit.
That's a good move. Good move on your part.
Whether it was anybody inside the circle getting pissed about it or somebody outside, I was like, nobody's fucking with the show. I don't want any of this near the show until unless we discuss it. I was like, I don't want it just blown out and looking like shit.
Episode 36.
A little integrity, a small amount.
Integrity and dysfunction junction don't often go together.
No, but at this point, I was trying to hold a little bit.
I got you.
Integrity Farms.
according to this, the last time we went to the hat was today.
Oh,
Thanks, Hearn. There goes my timeline.
See, there goes your timeline. I know what you're talking about. We just did a show.
Timeline is everything. That's
we just
and
did a
you know
show.
what?
We did it
That's
today earlier, at like 10 o'clock this morning. What's up?
I say it to everybody, whether it's about the show or life or whatever. Timeline is everything, and this little box doesn't lie. So if it says we did questions from the hat at 10 a.m., that's when we did it.
Yeah, but we could stand to do it again because the viewers, that show was posted, but the last time they actually heard us do one was about a month ago. So
yeah.
More-
I suppose we
more,
can
a
go
little
to one.
less.
We
Sure,
can
why
go to
not?
one.
Maybe we'll get a special guest in, and they can write questions, and we're
Yeah,
all
we can
keeping.
We'll give Al a break on this one, and then draw him in on we can draw him in on another one. We can find somebody who's got a cam.
That's just about everybody nowadays. Al
Yep,
is a
yep.
special case because he's over 50. And he
Yes.
probably just learned how to use the webcam. Love you, Al.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's about that time for the drums to beat in the distance, and we bid you a fond farewell.
Oh,
I actually
yeah.
like this setup. We're not that ugly,
No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I mean,
and you don't look orange today.
I know. Like
There
right
they
there.
are.
There we go. See, we've got that right there.
Walk them out, Lynch.
There it is. Walk them out, buddy.
Oh, hey, hi everybody. Same that time, hopefully next Monday. So between 6 and 6:30. Trying to perfect our time here. Thank you for listening. And please comment below, even in the recording. We'll see that as well. Send us suggestions, complaints, concerns.
Nudes.
Always
Yeah,
boobs.
news would be cool. That'd be awesome.
Always boobs. So anyway,
Not you,
until
Jennifer.
next time. Well, goodbye from Dysfunction Junction.
Peace.
Make sure you guys tune in next week.
Please, always.
You
Hopefully
guys
the
can
next
finally,
week will also be on multiple platforms. So
and you finally got to see the hand of God.
yeah, it's right here.
It's us rocking out.